with more than 10 degrees below zero, I slipped $1,000 into the pocket of my coat and handed it to a woman who was almost frozen, along with her 2 daughters. I wanted to see whether people pushed to the very edge of life could still hold on to moral integrity. I had just stepped out of my hotel. The entire street seemed swallowed by white snow. Near the entrance, I saw a woman hugging 2 small girls tightly, their bodies curled in on themselves. The girls, about 7 or 8 years old, had purple lips and bluish faces from the cold. The woman wrapped them in her only old, worn coat. Snow piled up on their shoulders, but they had nowhere to go. Honestly, in that moment it felt as if icy water had slammed straight into my heart. I got into the car parked in front of the hotel and said to my wife, "Did you see the mother and her daughters by the entrance?" She followed my gaze and replied, "Yes. Another homeless family." I said, "I want to test her. I'm going to put $1,000 in the pocket of that coat to help her survive the cold. If she returns the money, I'll offer her a job at the hotel as logistics manager with a monthly salary of $10,000. I'll change her life." My wife exploded. "Are you crazy? In this cold, she'll obviously keep the money to survive." I didn't argue. I only said one sentence. A hotel needs someone it can trust. Then I slipped the money into the coat pocket. I got out of the car and walked into the snowstorm. I knelt in front of them and said, "It's too cold. Put this on. This coat is thick, it'll keep you warm all night." The woman froze and shook her head quickly. No, it's too valuable." I placed the coat over her shoulders anyway. First survive. Her hands were red from the cold. She clutched the coat tightly and said in a hoarse, trembling voice, "Thank you. May God bless you." One of the girls lifted her head and asked softly, her voice almost swallowed by the snow, "Sir, won't you be cold?" At that moment, my heart tightened. I smiled, said nothing, and returned to the car. The windows fogged up. I watched them through the blurred glass. My wife said coldly, "The moment she finds the money, she'll disappear." I said nothing. I truly believed that honest, kind people still existed in this world. After a while, the woman slipped her hand into the pocket to warm herself. The next second, she froze. Slowly, she pulled her hand out. In her palm was a thick stack of bills. She stood there stiffly, eyes wide, then looked at her daughters. She murmured, "This money is too important for us. We could buy so many things, but what if this money isn't ours?" Then her expression changed completely. She put the money back into the pocket, pulled her daughters close, and looked nervously around in the snowstorm outside the hotel. My wife sneered. "See? She's going to run." My heart pounded painfully, but I whispered, "Wait. The real test has just begun." What she did next left me completely frozen. She didn't run, but the decision she made was even more shocking than if she had.